Christine Turner, do you have any idea who the people in David Miscavige's entourage are? What are their job titles? Miscavige's entourage changes over time as post titles change, functions and importances and priorities change. And I can't speak super intelligently on this because it's not like I have direct experience with it, except as a very, very distant observer of his activities and the people who he hangs around with or who are in his inner circle, so to speak. And a lot of the post titles wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I'll throw a couple out, but if you haven't watched the big video I made about Scientology's organizational madness and the whole hierarchy of Scientology, then I don't know that it's going to really mean a whole lot. But he has, you know, like for example, there was a particular person who had the post title of WDC Ideal Orgs. Okay, that's the Watchdog Committee Chairman or Watchdog Committee member for Ideal Orgs, which of course is just gibberish to people outside of, you know, people who know the intricacies of the Scientology organizational structure. But that was somebody who was in his inner circle for a while. I don't know if that person still is. I doubt it. The titles have changed, you know, as priorities change, like I mentioned. But as far as his staff goes, what I can say is in terms of the people who follow him around from place to place to place and are constantly with him, he has his own personal chef. He has, or at least he used to, I'm sure he still does. He has a driver who actually looks an awful lot like him. I used to mistake the two for each other, and I don't think that's by accident. He's got bodyguards. I think he hires outside for that, but he also has internal Sea Org security people who are known to, you know, be with him or follow him around. So I think the security detail it changes again over time as people go in and out of positions of trust around him. That's the main thing, is loyalty and trust. He's like all dictators and authoritarians. It's all about, you know, his whim as to whether he trusts you or doesn't trust you, or whether you've slighted him in some fashion, you know, whether it's real or imagined, and whether you get the, you know, the status and benefit of being in his inner circle. According to what we've heard from Mark Headley and other people from Gold, that's not much of a status at all, and people generally know that when they get into that area, you know, they better mind their P's and Q's, and they're constantly on their toes, because otherwise they're gonna get, you know, shipped off to the equivalent of, you know, Scientology Siberia, whatever that might mean for different people at different times. So, and he has a personal assistant that used to be his wife, Shelly Miscavige, and when he exiled her, we think to the, you know, mountain base of the Church of Spiritual Technology up by our Lake Arrowhead in California. We think that's where she's located. We have good reason to think so, according to Tony Ortega's reporting. But regardless of where she is, she's out of his inner circle. And a woman named Lou Stukenbrock, I'm not sure what her last name is now, because Stukenbrock was her married name and her husband died. So Lou is his personal assistant, as far as I know. You know, we don't know whether that's still the case or not, but she certainly was for a number of years. And that's really about everything I can say about that. So I hope that's helpful to you.